Hey guys, we were a week away, but we have a new show of Bull up for you right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What up, guys? We have a new episode of Bull for you here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm liking this little.
Heck yeah, this is a great song. They opened with this song on Bull, so we're just following suit.
They are actually pretty hip. They are pretty hip on this show. I gotta give them credit for it.
They're more hip than we are.
More hip than I don't know this song.
Yeah, so we're just following suit. Thank you, Bull.
Thanks, Bull.
Thank you,
and
Michael
team.
Weatherly.
Well, we were a week off, but we are back here, guys, and it is awesome to be back. And I am joined by two lovely ladies. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, I'm Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram.
The real Chae Jones.
I'm always, I try to keep it real all the time.
There we go.
Now we have this beautiful, gorgeous lady next to me.
Oh, thank you for that introduction. Hey guys, Nadine Della Pelle here. You can find me, as always, at Nadine DP and the number 3.
And I am Ellis. You can find me on Twitter at @TheKevinEllis or on Instagram at KevinEllis25.
Wow.
A new episode. It was the fall.
Heck yeah.
And I actually was expecting, like, the fall. Like, finally Bull lost. That's what I was expecting.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I was thinking that when I saw the
you
episode.
guys missed the news
That's great.
for next week's.
Ooh, is it a good preview? Okay.
See, previews I can't do. They just give me too worked up for the week. We can't do it. I don't know what to do with my life.
It's a lot of espionage, and Benny gets arrested for some reason.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well,
Okay. Well,
this
this feels like just spoilers galore.
I know.
If you did not catch it, that's what happens. Not all though.
All right.
And I will try and be quiet. It sounds like my mic is just going boom, but I will try and be a little quieter when I yell. So guys, but it was such an interesting, different episode. We got into the world of gaming, which, I don't know, do you two game at all?
I used to, growing up, like, I have a Nintendo, I used to play Aladdin, which I was, like, Super Mario, Sonic, I was such a big fan of that. Then I had my PS2, and I had Lara Croft on that, and my dad had a base game because he liked to fish for no reason. Why would you make that into a game? And then I stopped.
Because it has an audience. Because your dad played it. Yeah. It has an audience.
He has a boat. He can go fish when he needs to. I don't know.
It's different. But it's different, though. I mean, I love gaming. I'm an old school gaming girl. I'm an N64, PS2 girl. I brought all that back from back east where I'm from. I packed that up in my car before I came out here, and I made sure I had it. And they now, even for Nintendo, instead of needing all those cartridges, you can buy on online. Some guy, he sells basically a pack. Like, you just put an SD card into this what's it called? This game that he made for N64, and it has all the games.
Oh, that's awesome!
So like $100. You don't have to have all those little cartridges all the time.
Did you actually get that, or do you
no?
still
A
have
friend
the
of mine does. I have to go and grab that for my N64. I'm really excited. I kind of just learned about this today, actually, so I'm really happy that this all came through. Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
Oh
I was gonna buy that old Nintendo. They were selling for during Christmas for $60, and it was like 30 programmed games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, they bring back Nintendo. I can play Super Mario Bros. Again. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Just the prospect of that was super exciting for me.
Oh my god. I mean, the best, most memorable Christmas is when I got my Nintendo 64, and I got 5 games with it. I had Mario 64, I had Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Donkey Kong 64, and Kirby, which was an underrated game. So great.
Kirby.
I just thought that was a doll.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it was so great. I love my N64. You were actually looking at the Mario Kart 64 Marquette University champion right here.
Oh, really?
I think you have some competition. I will challenge that immediately.
This is happening because it just...
All right,
you are not going to beat me, Nadine.
I am Toad, and
I'm not a Mario Kart person. I'm a Super Mario Brothers
that's a problem
person.
because we're both Toad. All right,
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure this out. This is happening, guys. So we're all a little familiar with the world of gaming. And have you ever been to a gaming convention? Because I actually have been. It was about a year ago, around this time, and it was a Super Smash Brothers competition. I have college friends that loved it.
Yeah.
And this is very accurate, at least what they portrayed. It gets really intense. People are all into it. You have tons of people watching these events. It gets crazy. And so I can totally understand all of the pressure and this, though I have to say, a 25-to-1 odds in the final, it's pretty unlikely. Like, that other team has to get very lucky to get to that point, because you typically have always the best in the world facing each other.
Yeah, well, I loved what they had said. It'd be like the Patriots playing a high school team.
Yeah.
And when they put it like that, I was like, oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I see where it's coming from.
And
but no, yeah, I've never
hyped.
been to a convention like that. I have friends who went to is it World of Warcraft? Is that the big
sure.
one?
Yeah.
That's the big one. Yeah, they had one downtown, and they said it was great. But was it that intense with like DJs? It sounded like all that type of stuff? Or?
I mean, it was. I would say that setup was pretty accurate when it came to the final, like the grand final.
Yeah,
they had that sort of environment.
That's so great. I love it. This is where it's going. This is where gaming's going. This is where sport. It is a sport. It really is. I mean, do you guys watch any of the YouTube channels or anything that have gamers on there? Because there are millions of views on there.
I've watched a couple just just to see how good people are, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't get to that point. Like Super Smash Brothers, terrible. Maybe Mario Kart, but Super Smash Brothers, no.
See, I never thought that I would actually. I was like, that sounds so stupid. Sitting down on YouTube and watching someone else play a video game. I was like, really? Yeah. And then I actually watched it, and then I was like, oh my god, I love it. Like, I could sit here. I was like, oh, and then they do commentary, and I'm like, oh, give me my popcorn. This is great. I feel like I defeated the game, and I didn't do anything but sit there. So.
And then I can tell by my silence, I've never,
No, never done it?
Nope.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I mean, it's an up and coming. So go home tonight and check one out, and I'll send you a link to one.
Okay,
they're
send
kind
me
of
a link.
fun.
I'll do that.
Yeah, and so, well, we had a lot of, I mean, Jace was our defendant in this case, who Bull actually protects, and it was so interesting because Nadine and I looked at each other when he kisses his girlfriend for the first time, and we're like, oh, okay, all right. I'm not going to be judgmental at all because, I'm also a gamer, but I just thought that was very interesting.
It was just a cliche.
It was so cliche.
But you want the hot girl.
Yeah, a really hot girl with like the top player in the world. I'm just like, come on.
It's just
I mean,
like
you gotta admit there are gold diggers in any facet.
It's true.
So
I mean, we had the right opinion because at the end we found out that she left him.
Oh yeah.
So we knew automatically that
it's not gonna last. But
so, anyway,
the fantasy with that is kind of fun.
Well, Vin is the former manager of Jace, and he's accused of defaming Jace after he loses the match, which we watched at the beginning. It's intense. You see his hand even shudder a little bit during the whole match. Did you guys get that feeling, especially when the golf game with Bull and Jace happened? Did you get a sense that there was an instance of like possibly Parkinson's disease?
It wasn't Parkinson's. I thought it was like early on arthritis.
Okay.
Okay. That was my guess on because
guess.
I don't really know anything about Parkinson's disease and enough knowledge to have made that guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean they don't do things on this show just to do it. There's a reason why they put things in there, and that's why I said playing golf on purpose.
Yeah.
Like Bull was testing to see his hand-eye coordination, basically, is what he was doing there. Out of anything they could have done, why wouldn't he sit and play a video game with him, or why wouldn't he, I don't know, do something else? But golf, where you really get to see that in the motion of your wrists and your hands, he's doing it for a reason. And then they zoom in on his little twitch, and I immediately said to you, I took my headphones off, and I was like, there's something.
I know.
I just need to be right.
I wrote that like as it was happening. Like I had to because I'm just like it seems to like he's like still for 20 minutes, but it's like it seems to be like it has to be a reason like that. Why would you zoom in on like a handshake? In that, like way unless it's meant to draw your attention to that.
For those of you watching, you should not be surprised that the three of us do compete against one another to try and figure out who is right in this instance. I had to point out during our whole thing that I actually wrote down Parkinson's after that happened.
I patted your back at the end when it was true.
I said good job. We're always good sports.
Yeah, I mean, my initial prediction was that Yuri, the girl on the team, that she loved Jace so much that she wanted his girlfriend to leave him, so I thought she had something to do with it. And then I was thinking when I saw his hand tremble and stuff, I was like, maybe she's been giving him some type of pills. Maybe she's been doing something or giving him like a caffeine pill that makes him jittery, and that's what's happening. Because she even said that they need to be 100% on their game, and he wasn't. So that's where it was leading me. I was wrong with that, so I will admit that.
I loved Luna. I like the fact that she had the whole crush on Jace. So for me, I feel like if you have that much of a crush, and it doesn't seem like it was like a creepy type style where it's like obsessive. I just didn't think she would have any reason to, because she wanted to be around him. Getting him kicked off won't benefit her. Not living with him won't benefit her at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of crushes, Abigail and Bull.
Yes.
What did you think of that right off the bat?
The power play was just
the power play.
That like it was like a power play, and just you could just see the tension. Even like you were in that room, you could just tell that tension was live.
Yeah, immediately I sensed, okay, this is either an old fling, which I initially thought. Turns out that wasn't the case. It was totally something sparked then and there. But I'm trying to recognize that actress. I know her from something, and I couldn't figure it out. It was a guest role somewhere, and I'm gonna figure this out. I didn't have time to look it up.
Yeah, IMDb.
Yeah.
For me, I am so annoyed with every episode. It has to be Bull. I wrote, once again, Bull versus some female lawyer. It's like, can he, like, why does he have all these issues with women? Like, we already got a taste into his ex and the possibility that he may get back with his ex and whatnot. That hasn't led us anywhere, any real love interest. And so it's all these women that he works with. He does this power play with them. And then whether they kind of pass his test or not is when we find out if he's actually going to pursue them. And so then we see him kind of pursue them, and then it goes to the next episode, and then there's a new female character that he's pursuing. So I never get closure on what actually happened with him and these girls and what's going on. And I would love to see him kind of, I don't know, take on more of a male-dominated, a male lawyer or a male opponent, because I feel like it's only been with women.
Well, he did that during the pilot episode, and then he kicked him away. It's like, I don't need you. I'm going to use your assistant.
Yeah,
I think personally this thing with Abigail was totally different through most of like the other female lawyers that he has dealt with. Only because with Abigail, there's tension. There's just like an attraction with that. Like the DA lady, that was to benefit Benny more than to benefit him. Like that was the whole purpose, at least for me. And for the other Asian lady, just was a bitch, and I still don't like her. And yeah, I could see why he would butt heads with her, because they're both two strong personalities.
Yeah, but there was that other female when they went to that small town that he had history with. Yeah. Then there's been multiple. Okay. There was his ex-wife. It's almost every episode. And I mean, I see what's happening. It's a trend, clearly, but I want to change up, and that's all. You know, I just kind of want to change up.
You want him to stay with somebody longer than an episode. I get it.
Either if he's going to pursue these women or actually pursue a relationship, or let's see you go head-to-head with a guy or a woman who you don't have some sexual tension with, or you don't hate, or you don't despise, or
just like a regular go against someone.
I don't know. It's just kind of getting repetitive, and I'm just kind of annoyed with it.
Do they have enough time in the show to really build a relationship with Bull? Like, do we have that commitment?
You could see it, because you could see this woman, let's say, next episode, he could have been buying her flowers, or you see her pop in for like maybe a scene and then pop out, and we know that they're together. Okay. Kind of that stuff. But every episode he's pursuing someone.
Okay, because I never watched Law and Order. I never really watch any legal, procedurals like this, so I really don't know truly some of that character development in long series. So
because it's episodic, you're saying.
Because it's episodic, yeah.
Yeah, but little storylines can keep going through it if you want it
that's
to.
True. That's like kind of like Cold Case a little bit.
I mean anything that's episodic. Yeah,
Lily and the DA, which was a lot of times throughout that season and seasons, was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and these two do butt heads on occasion, and you see this competition between Abigail and Bull when they get into the jury decision-making of who they want to strike, and you have Connie versus Arlo, and Connie, they did not want to keep Connie, or at least Bull did not want to keep Connie, but Arlo was a no-go as well. What did you make of Jace even stepping in to tell his lawyer that he did not want that person to go forth, but she did it anyway? Like, typically in, that client situation, wouldn't you think that the client would actually have final
I think
say?
She's also competitive, because in a way, like, she knew Jace agreed with Bull, and even though she agreed with Bull, she's gonna, like, my word is better than yours. I'm the boss. We made our deal, and I'm the boss, and I'm gonna still... And she took the blame. She didn't really try to not take the blame, which I thought was a very amazing move, because she could have been... Well, you might have been right this time. Yeah. It only was going to happen this time in some way. But she was just like, yeah, I can admit I was wrong. Let's now move to figure out how we're going to get Connie on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think differently than that. I don't think that she was doing it for a power play. I think that she just genuinely believed that to be true. And she's the type of lawyer who's like, you hired me to be your lawyer. you're paying me, yes, but I am going to do what's best for you. This is my job. You are not a lawyer. You don't know what's happening, regardless of what your opinion is. Bull, she doesn't think she needs him. So if she thinks she's right in her head, I think that if they thought the same, she would have agreed with Bull. Yeah. If she genuinely thought that that was the right decision, she would have done it. But I think she really felt that, and that's why she didn't say anything after. She's like, yeah, I was wrong. Like, I genuinely thought that. So, and that's why they kept working well together, because it had nothing to do with, I don't know, a power play. I don't think in that situation.
No, I would agree with you, Nadine. It was interesting just seeing how that Connie, that sometimes we always see one juror who is going to be the big play, and it never ends up mattering later in the episode, but it actually did matter this time around, which was nice.
Because she was the holdout.
She was the holdout, and you had the rabbit foot of all things. That was so
McLaren,
random.
like, come on.
How did you really think that somebody would actually become, I guess, to put your faith in him doing that, to be that impulsive to pull out his keys to show his McLaren?
Yeah.
Is that real? Would you assume that would happen?
I mean, for some guys, they really do, like, cars are their, like, is also like a
what they show off.
Yes.
Yeah. To show their ego.
Yeah, basically. And the fact that you have a Porsche, you have a Ferrari, you have a Lamborghini, and then I think she did it on purpose not to, because like I'm only missing one thing, right? He's like, you forgot.
And top dog here, the McLaren.
Like, put it down.
No, yeah, that you are right though. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what are the chances he would actually pull? But I am such like a devil's advocate. Like, come on. I always do this, and I'm sorry. I do love the writing. I love this show so much, but we're here to talk about stuff.
We are.
But that's why I was thinking, I was like, wait, because I have no idea, and this may be a very stupid question. Internet, don't hate me, but our McLarens like there's anything to do with rabbits inside, like what it's made out of, like the material at all?
I think it's just because it's his keychain.
No, I think it just it was
okay. Because I was thinking, I was like, wait, does that just saying McLaren, does that automatically insinuate?
No, it was the fact that it was attached, and they all knew it was attached.
So because now that I'm like, that's unrealistic.
Exactly.
Now I'm going, that's unrealistic. I agree with you.
Solely depending on him pulling out his keys to say, oh, don't forget about my McLaren. Well, it's like, don't forget about the McLaren.
That is his job. Bull's job is to get people in a way to go in the way he needs them to go, and he's kind of good at predicting that. So
did we notice the McLaren?
He's kind of good. He is Bull.
He is Bull. I mean, he knew what Vin was gonna do, so I do give him credit for that. But
I know but it's kind of great too.
It is.
It is kind of great.
It always catches you off guard, even if you think it's like cheesy at times. It's like, okay, well at least that made me smile.
Yeah, right. That happened again. But no, I agree with you though. The fall, like maybe this was gonna be the fall. Now that I think about it, and it wasn't. We're waiting for that episode
every time, and you had this episode too with we were tricked along the way into thinking that there were so many different ways that this case could have gone, or at least who was the culprit. Typically you can kind of figure it out along the way. This instance we didn't
never guessed, right?
For sure like who was actually going to be the person guy. The bad guy. But $500K bet was placed. I mean, who were you thinking? Did you think it was going to be Vin? Did you think it was going to be one of his teammates, or even Yuna?
I thought for some reason it was going to be like the girl. I don't know why she would have got $500K to bet against him. But, like, in the way the series went, it actually makes a lot of sense. Since if you gave Jace $500K a year, and, like, either he must have saved leading up into the finals to have $500K to send to different offshore and place the bet.
Yeah.
It does make sense that it was a teammate, because it only could have been a teammate that would want to lose if you're not making enough, and he admitted in his whole testimony, he's not one of the top paid players.
But it doesn't make sense to me, because everyone's what's it called? No, I guess it does, because they analyzed his play at the end and they realized it was him who made the mistake, right?
Right.
Yeah. The guy. Okay. But what kind of irked me about that last final scene when they were like, oh well, it was you who did it, like, and then he dragged him off and was like, you're never gonna play again. The other teammates didn't even react. They were like, oh, welcome back, Chace. And it's like, aren't your mind going to be shocked that your other teammate is the one accused?
Sabotaged
like,
your entire
you
final?
just looked and were like, okay. Oh, welcome back, Chace. The team's... What? How is that not more of like a crazy thing that just happened?
And
Did anyone else get that? Like,
I'm with you.
I saw it. Like, but personally, I was just like, I'm kind of I'm kind of glad they didn't make a big deal because like it moves into the last scene for some reason. I know that's such a bad thing to say. I was just like, we can move along now. Yes, he's back. Yay. Maybe some Yuna and Jace love.
No. I was still trying to get over the fact that Vin just took off his shirt off of the guy and then escorts him out. Like, who does that? Who takes another man's shirt off?
Apparently Vince.
I was gonna be like,
maybe he likes that type of thing.
When you take that shirt off, his band he was wearing around his neck, I was like, that's gonna catch on his neck. Like all these things are happening. But yeah, I didn't like the way that they revealed that. I do like that it was a surprise. I didn't guess because we've been wanting that. We've been wanting a surprise. We've been talking about how it's been too easy, and I think we were able to figure out one part, which was the medical part. So there was it was a 2-part. It was like a little gift. It was like 2-for-1 special tonight. I loved it.
I like that.
And we figured out one, but we couldn't figure out the other. So I do kind of like that. But the way they presented it could have been better. It's okay.
Agreed. It was just a little awkward. More than anything
funny.
else. So awkward.
I mean, personally, I think that fits Vin's personality-wise. Like, if he knew this guy did that, like, he wouldn't leave it up to somebody else. Besides, like, saying to Jace, oh, he did it. Now we're going to go to court. Oh, I'm going to take the shirt off you. You kind of made a fool of me. I had to go through a court case.
I mean, he has
to pay $20 million. Like,
does he take him?
He has a McLaren.
Does he take him to the police station in the McLaren?
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe
that's what happens.
So Yuna does go on the stand at one point in time, and she does actually end up lying for Jace. Though I'm still confused as to why Jace never told her his true condition, like why he did not.
He didn't know. He didn't know
even
until the
after.
end.
Yeah.
Was that true, or was he just saying that?
No, I think Bull made him go see a doctor.
Yeah.
Who confirmed it.
Oh, did I miss that? Okay.
Yeah.
They're on the bench. He's like, that's why he was kind of sitting there with the little can, and he just threw it. He's really pissed. Like, he just got the news.
Okay.
Officially.
Yeah.
Okay, he just figured out in that moment.
It was when I was covering your eyes playing peekaboo.
What did the doctor say?
You know, and then it was right in that moment. I held it for too long. I'm sorry.
We do this. It happens.
It's a thing. It's what we do. Next time I won't do it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. But it's okay. As long as you pick me up afterward.
All right, here we are.
Save me in these moments. So, all right. What else did we get to? Oh, Wes and Cable. Cable.
I was so happy for Cable.
You were really excited about. You're just a little romantic at heart.
I am such a romantic at heart because I'm just like, for Cable, like all you've basically seen her is like do her thing behind the computer and have her witty one-liners, which are amazing, by the way. But like to actually see she actually did have somebody in her life and she did leave him, and now to see, you know, when you see your ex again, either the chemistry's there or the chemistry's not, and yeah, the chemistry was going. Yeah, between them, like,
it was going
so cute
immediately.
Like, I mean, that happens between like some. It just depends on the ex, though, especially if there's still feelings involved. I believe that.
Can I just Nadine's thought on that? What are the chances that Wes would see that Cable's playing at that exact moment, and of all the people in the world, unless because it looked like it was a system at work. It wasn't like her own personal system. You know what I mean? So, I mean, maybe it was her game. I don't know how it works.
Because he's a developer, so maybe he set up an algorithm to
figure out. So he's just stalking her? That's what I would think.
For her to come back.
I mean, unless it was the same. I'm a little confused about a couple of things. If it was the same gamer tag that she had used in the past, then that's the identifying factor, that she used the same gamer tag.
Okay.
But if...
Or he saw the way she played, because they used to play together.
You can't. I mean, that's
You can't tell from that. It'd have to be the gamer tag, yeah.
Yeah, it'd have to be the gamer tag, or, like... something about her gamer tag, like a specific like emblem or something like that. Like when I played Halo Online.
Yeah.
So this is getting really nerdy.
I love it.
When I played Halo Online, you could have like a little logo, like you could have a cat with a bow tie, you know, weird stuff like that. And you could have like your you know, a couple of digits, like 3 digits that are signifying of your character, like 007, you know, stuff like that. Or you could do like A43, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Oh, wow.
See, he didn't answer my question about the cat on both sides.
So do we think that he was just... he has something that pops up when her name pops up?
Yes, that happens.
Was it a coincidence that he was on and she was on at the same time?
I don't think...
100,000 people online,
playing,
I don't know.
I feel like he had to set up a way for, like, if possibility her tag came up, and it would just give him a signal.
It would give him a notification. Yeah. Let's believe that, because everything else is way too stalkerish.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just not really okay with it, because there's other ways to contact her than to just see constantly if she's playing a video game or not.
Totally agree.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you on this one, Nadine.
Okay, thank you. I always have to just ask these questions. I get really in depth with these things that happen.
Well,
I just watch them. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
okay.
but we have to use our intuition and just simple logic here.
Yeah.
And that's what
But
we're
I
doing.
do love that they're together now. I do like that.
I love the fact that she was sitting there actually reading the anime comic, just like, at first she was really dejected, and he sits down, she's like,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't go to the game. You really think I was going to show up? She's like, oh, we're not going. Like, I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what did you guys think about the ultimatum? I mean, you know, have you ever dated someone who is very passionate about something that is just so distracting to your relationship? It's not like it's I mean, I guess that was benefiting them, but was it something that you just couldn't take?
That's never happened to me, so I have no.
No, yeah.
Can't say it has. You?
Yeah. Kind of, not really, not to that extent. Not to that extent, but
Okay.
I think the fact that she said, how long did it take for you to notice before I was gone?
Yeah.
And then he goes, not long. And I was like, oh, homie, you didn't know for a while.
Yeah.
You just probably hours. And then you're like, can I have some water, honey? And then she's
She's like, not gone. Clothes are
bang
gone.
gone. Like, I caught you, Wes. Like, that's messed up.
It is pretty screwed up.
That's what I thought. I don't know.
But I actually like the fact that he realized the fact that his gaming was the thing that destroyed their relationship.
Yeah, no, he did have that awareness, and he did. What's funny is the fact that he knew the Titanfall Originals time block that it actually appeared was like 2 o'clock or something like that.
He knew the
yeah.
Like she even
It's
knew,
like,
which was funny. Like she that was her test for him.
Titanfall Originals.
Good for you, girl. You test and make sure he's changed. Yeah, you don't want it. That was great because you're not going to get back into it and then him like be all nice and then it goes back to normal. No, if he's going to miss the biggest day, that means that he's matured, that he's only looking at it because he developed it and he needs to. But he can be in a healthy relationship now.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
Totally agree with that.
Yay for Cable.
She's making strides. She's one of the few characters that's actually making like a little bit of progress forward that we're seeing.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about Danny's special agent in charge for a second, because that little moment in there, I was just like, what about the English guy? Like, I'm like, I don't know who I'm rooting for no more, because he's kind of sexy coming around and you like.
He grabbed her.
Like, I'm like, you better stalk around and just be cute. Like,
that's what she does to get her information. I mean, and then he hands her a file. Thank you. She gets free drinks and she gets to play shuffleboard and like.
She's got the good life of like the team, apart from the fact that she was like held up last week and like a hostage situation. She's got it pretty good.
Besides that. I mean,
and her relationship wise,
her love life's doing okay.
Yeah.
See, so that's what I love, that we're seeing all these characters and we are seeing them more and what's their backstory. But Bull just can't stick it. Like, he just needs to pick one.
Because I think the whole thing with Bull is like there's so many facets to him. It's kind of hard to just stick to one specific thing because he is so multifaceted. Like, especially his childhood when he went back to the. I was just like, whoa, now we know why you don't talk about being back home for like a second.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has a past and stuff, and maybe maybe you're right. Maybe it's just who he is, that he's not able to keep this, keep things long term, as we saw with his ex and stuff. But for me, it's just I want him to so bad. Oh, I love Bull.
Well, predictions. Do you think that we are going to end up seeing Abigail again?
I hope so, but I also hope we see Bull's ex in some way if he is still in a new type relationship with Abigail, just to see how she would react.
Interesting.
No, I don't think we are, because we never do. We never see it. I never get my happy ending. If I am wrong, please let me be wrong, because I want to see him with someone. But I'm not going to get my hopes up.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that we're gonna see her again, just because
I
can't find her. Maybe I was just going through one episode, so maybe she was a little bit higher on the list, and I just totally skipped past her.
Yeah.
But if she does make another guest appearance, we'll see.
Yeah.
I gotta find out what I've seen her in though.
Something
bothers me. These things bother me.
That's what you think about. I think about how is that realistic, and you're like, where have I seen that great actress from? I love our minds. I'm like, Wes is a stalker. How did he find you on the gaming site? Please, someone tell me.
That is me in daily life, and I think I know someone. I'm just like, if I can't get it soon, I'm like, I obsess until like it hits me, and I'm like, oh, now I can go about the rest of my day because I figured it out.
Well, you two should hang out more and really obsess over these things together.
No, it's the thing. Like, I'd be like, thank God for like, my friends like, God did not make. I mean, indirectly, technically. I'm like, it still applies. You can't say.
Yeah, you've got the answer, so that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, this is true. Any final thoughts on this episode? How did we enjoy it overall?
Final thoughts. I have a new appreciation for gamers. I mean, I've always kind of had an appreciation for them. despite the fact that they just sit in front of a TV and play games all day, it is a sport and it does take all your time.
It is an investment. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of different, you know, people are actually researching button combinations and just what is the most efficient way to, like, turn the dial in this amount of time or, like, click button. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I think that it gets a bad rap because it's not physical, where you're actually doing something stimulating for your body. Yes, you're stimulating your brain, but to, excuse me, whoa, breathing in, but to a certain point where they say that staring at a screen for so long can actually hurt your eyes or they kill brain cells. I don't think it kills brain cells. I think it just stops other parts of your body from working. And so that's why I think it's in a different level in most people's heads than basketball or football or soccer or swimming. I can list every sport if you want. I didn't have to do them. Okay, we don't have to consider if that's a sport or not. It's another. First of all,
it is a sport. It's not an Olympic sport. It's not in the competition, so it counts as a sport.
Sure.
Thank God.
Sure.
Because
I
think conversation.
Sure. So I'm glad to know that you're a cheerleader.
Yay, go team.
I'm out of this one.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that it is something, and I'm loving that they're starting to put this into TV, into shows, and people are starting to develop stuff around it. Starting to understand that we are all connected by technology. This is the new age. This is it. This is what's been happening. You can play Halo on your computer with someone in Africa, and then they can play with someone in Russia, and then they can come all the way back. You know what I mean? And it's incredible. And I love it, and I want more of it.
I agree. And you have now virtual reality gaming to where you can actually get into a system, you put on the goggles, and you can get into this virtual home and watch a movie with your friend who is like in another country or something like that. You can actually sit next to them in their avatar and actually watch a movie with them on the screen.
I need that for my best friend.
But you can actually do that.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I want that. How much is
do that. You know how many times I FaceTimed with my best friend and watched a movie together, and then it cuts off, and then you didn't start it right at the same time, and you've had to try like multiple times to click.
The more you know.
This is great.
No, I love about games. Like at least this generation is like now they turn games so it can make you more educational. And like, because a lot of kids learn better if it's a game. It makes it more challenging. Yeah. Challenging for them to want to learn. Yeah. It's a good technique.
So
and
go
it's
gamers.
Awesome. Go gamers, you rock.
I was going to say something about cheerleading, but I'm not going to go back to that place.
She's rubbed off on me, okay?
So, ladies, and with that, please tell everybody what you or where they can find you on social media.
Okay, guys, you can find me at The Real Chae Jones. Oh, no, wait, it's Real Chae Jones. I'm tripping right now because I think I'm Kevin.
The Kevin Ellis. Real Chae Jones.
At Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and dealing with our ridiculousness. We love it. We love Bull. You can find me everywhere at Nadine DP and the number 3.
And you can find me on Twitter at the Kevin Ellis or on Instagram at Kevin Ellis25.
Yeah.
Again, next week, guys, we will be here with a new episode of Bull. Always a pleasure. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Yeah.
And always join us live. We will see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bull you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.